Was it worth it? Thought I had it down and then I don't again. Don't know how many takes I've had at it. This is insane. Alright folks, hope you're all doing well. Unfortunately, because of lockdown, a few of my projects have been cancelled, so I thought I would take a look through some archives and talk through some of my favourite tricks. So the first trick we're going to look at is the log slide, which was definitely one of the most challenging tricks. I've always wanted to do a log slide on the mountain bike. I really like the idea of two wheels kind of sliding on stuff, slightly unnatural. Yeah, just something I'd never seen anybody else do. One of the most challenging parts of the log slide was actually finding it in the first place. My friend Nash actually spent about 3 months scouring the countryside for all sorts of different trees and various different grades and sizes. And we were just trying to find that perfect balance of the right angle. Ideally, it didn't have any bark in it, so it was nice and slidey, and it was accessible by bike. Luckily, after months of scouting, we found one near a town called Blair in the Highlands of Scotland. We've built our little turf takeoff here, because there's a lot of a down run. Not built it too high, because it's easier to kind of hop into this kind of stuff. So basically going to take a run up through all the buttercups, and then going to jump and then try to land kind of 45 degrees to begin with, and then hopefully slide like maybe 11 feet along the log, and then the friction will take over. I'll probably come to a stop, and then I'll hop over and then into the little trail we've built below.
It's a trick that we've kind of never really seen done before anywhere, or certainly like using a log this size and the scale of it and everything. Probably laugh a little bit at Danny falling off it.
Yes, dude!
Should be a laugh either way though.
Raspberries. For me, I always knew that the log slide was going to be a big challenge, as I'd never done one before. Ready? Okay. So when you're trying to learn something in front of a camera, it's always a little bit tricky. Oh, I almost kneed myself in the face. On the first day, we must have given it about 100 goes. Sometimes it would slide along too well. Yeah, boy. Or sometimes the pedal would grip and spit me off. The consistency of the grind was definitely the hardest part. We came back a couple of weeks later, this time armed with about 24 tubs of Vaseline and a pair of marigolds. Nash donned the marigolds and started lubing up the log, trying to make it a little bit more consistent for me. We didn't really think about how it was going to affect the grip of my bike. First of all, it started with my feet getting covered in Vaseline, which wasn't ideal on a plastic pedal on the front. I may as well have like ice skates on. And soon after that, my gloves got covered in it. Hold on. It made it pretty difficult to hold onto the bike every time I would try it. But it definitely helped. I mean, it made it a little bit more consistent, although probably about another 100 goes. Lots of crashes this time. I started having some slightly bigger crashes on the second day. Yeah, we didn't get it again. After the second day, the trick was there. I could start getting the feel for the slide. Even though I didn't get off the end of it clean, you know, I vowed to come back for the third day. We came back about 3 weeks later. Right. I only had one more day of filming on it, so pretty much the last chance. We're good? Okay. I can't figure out how it works. Let's give it a good whack, don't be shy. The third day was a bit of a killer actually. I still didn't manage to pull it, which was pretty frustrating. What I was expecting to be quite easy turns out it's not actually quite as easy as I was planning. And Don't know how many takes I've had at it, but yeah, I've been fairly worked. Got a pretty sore shoulder and generally pretty just sore everywhere after being sent off the side of this thing a few times. Been in the situation tens, if not hundreds of times before, so fun. I just don't have it. Of course you're going to fail a lot. You have lots of crashes and lots of frustration, I suppose, but my main driver is knowing that I'm trying to do something new, something that's my own idea, and something that's really going to make the whole film that we're working on come alive. After reviewing some of the footage on the computer, all the crashes, we kind of realised that we had to go back for one more day. It's tricks like that that really, made that film. Right, this is it. I think I've got it. The fourth day we went there with everything that we could. We put a little bit of quickcrete in the takeoff, some more Vaseline. Props list, 40 tubs of Vaseline. The light was always a big challenge on the log slide because there was a big shadow from a tree that would get cast. So it gave us about a 3-hour window. I basically just fired at it as many times as I could. I gave it everything I had on the last day. After about 396 goes, I lined up, sun was on the horizon. Okay. Took that run in, down the hill, jumped up, landed on the logs, slid along it, jumped off it perfectly, managed to kind of get out of shot. It's amazing how after that many goes, it suddenly kind of feels easy when it happens that one time. When I've tried something that many goes, it's often a feeling of relief that I get, rather than complete excitement. In some ways, my mindset, I kind of think it's inevitable. That's the way you've got to think about it. You know that it's going to work. And then I went on to do it another 3 times in a row, which is almost annoying, but pretty cool to get some other shots to kind of finish off the piece. So I think it was worth it in the end. Hope you agree. And I hope it inspires some of you to get out there and try some log slide yourself. Cheers.